Hey there, Fran fans. One of the most disturbing news stories of the last week or so is the Penn State story of the former coach who sexually abused several boys over the course of many, many years. And a couple people knew about it. However, nothing ever was done about this. Nothing. Disgusting, I must say. Now, let me just tell you this. Rodney Erickson, who's the new president of Penn State, just issued a huge, I say huge, it's 34 seconds, it's not that huge, a message basically saying, we must move forward, Penn State. I agree to a certain extent. However, I do believe that something should have been said about compensation for these victims. In the video, he actually says that he feels their sorrow and their pain. Really? So you've been anally penetrated and raped and sodomized before, sir? You feel their pain? You've been victimized by someone who's older than you, someone you trusted, someone you looked up to? Have you, sir? Do you understand that pain? I hate it. I absolutely hate it when people say to me, I know what you're going through. No, you don't. My experience is very different than your experience, bitch. And I would say the same thing to you, Rodney Erickson. You don't know their pain, and you don't know their sorrow. So stop acting like you do. It was a nice gesture. I think it was nice that he did do a video. He did say something. And I'm glad he kept it kind of short, although 34 seconds seems like almost a slap in the face. I think a minute. I don't know. Why am I getting so nitpicky about the timing of it? I don't know. But I'm just infuriated by the whole thing. It could have been prevented. It could have been prevented. It just could have been prevented. I must say something, though. Now, I know that this man, this former coach, who I won't even dignify by saying his name, I just don't even want to talk about his name. I don't want to give him any kind of, publicity. Even though it's negative publicity, they say any kind of publicity is good publicity. I know that he was kind of running a charity, and these boys that he abused were part of that charity, and that's why they trusted him, and he gave time to them, and then he would take them in the shower and have sex with them. It's disgusting. But I have to say, I know he was a trusted individual, but you have to be so careful about who you let your children be with nowadays. It's just so sad that you can't even, I don't know, you can't even let someone that's supposed to be a well-known, trusted individual in the community, you can't let them handle your children without being suspect. So I'd like to say a message to all the parents out there who are watching. Now, Fran is not the most morally perfect person in the world. I'm just not. But one thing I am not is a child abuser. I would never, ever, ever do anything to harm a child. I never. I know there's a few videos on here that maybe say differently, but that's comedy, honey. I'm a comedian by trade. Even though I'm not that funny to most of you sometimes, I am a comedian. But what I will say is, parents, please take an eye on your children. Please notice every little thing. If something's different about the personality, then there's probably something happening in their life. Maybe not sexual abuse, but something. Talk to your children. If you have children involved in things like after-school programs, ask them questions. So, do you like Miss Sally? Do you like Mr. Henry? Do you like your teacher? Tell me about your teacher. What does your teacher talk about with you when they're not teaching you? What is Mr. Henry, or whatever his name is, what do they talk about with you? What do you spend time with them doing? Do you ever spend one-on-one time with them? Because I'm telling you something. If a child is allowed to be one-on-one with a teacher or an authority figure, there might be something happening. I'm just saying. Now, most people will tell you that they've been taught, teachers are taught, not to be alone, one-on-one with a child. So parents, ask those questions. Are you one-on-one? Are you alone with your teacher at any given time? Are there other students in the room with you? Are there other teachers in the room? Are there teachers' aides in the room? Are there other volunteers in the room? Ask those questions. I'm not putting blame on the parents here, these victims. I'm not. But I'm saying there is a responsibility that you have to your children. And there's a responsibility that we all, as a collective, have for all the children of the world. Let's take care of our children better. Okay? All right, now let's talk about pussies. No, I'm kidding. I had to lighten the mood. I was just getting a little bit crazy here. But I do love you all. I'm sorry I had to go on a little rant here. I love you. I respect you. And Jewish kisses and matzo ball soup to all of you. Take care of your kids. Bye.